Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Hanging by a Thread podcast. It's your host, Vanessa. It's been a month, more or less, and I have some updates. First of all, I needed a break from podcasting, not because it's tiring. Well, it is. I think the most daunting part about the recording is not even the recording. It's making sure that whatever I'm talking about is riveting enough for you guys. And then secondly, the editing. And I would pay someone to do it, but the price of paying someone to do it, no. And I have the skill, so I'm just going to do it myself. But I found a loophole, so I think you guys will get a little bit more content from me. So yeah, if you see me look down, it's because I got my notes. Let's get right into today's episode. Today, I think it would just be a little bit more of like a recap of what I've been doing and just kind of chatting. First things I'll let you guys know is my brand. Here's an update. My brand, Antilia, we are coming along. Here's some things I've done to prepare for the brand. Obviously, well, I've had an LLC for some time. So I've set up an LLC, and that was maybe about 2023 or 24. But along with the LLC, I went ahead and finally filed DBAs. And if you don't know, DBAs is the doing business as name. Okay, you can have a different name for your LLC, and then like your brand name is your DBA, and so that's what's Ford presenting to the world. But then on the back end, all of those names or whatever can live under the one LLC name. That doesn't have to be the name of your brand. So if you didn't know, now you know. Okay. So I filed DBAs for not only my brand Antilia, but for the podcast in case we do any big things like merch or something. And then I also did filings for my product development studio, Tech Pack Studios. So applause, applause. Your girl's doing big things. Next up, I finally finished the website. I had some help, obviously. I have a classmate whose work is fantastic. She did all of my brand identity assets and stuff. And so she also did a lot of the website. All that was left for me was to kind of do the tweakings and then add product imagery. At the time when she was doing my site, I didn't have product, and now another thing I've done, I got product, baby. Yes, I'm launching a line of t-shirts. The collection is called Taste of the Diaspora. It's a set of 4 t-shirts, maybe more or less in the future, you'll see. And they are all inspired by the different flavors of the Afro-coastal diaspora, whether it be here in the Americas, the Caribbean, or West Africa, all the flavors that connect us as a people. And so I've translated those artworks onto stamps so that there's kind of that postage, sending something from home kind of feel. And that is what the postage stamp represents. I remember as a kid when my parents would go to Haiti and they would come back to New York with a suitcase full of stuff because, Caribbean people, whatever they got over here is not as good as what's over there. So we must get what's over there and bring it back here. So that would be anything from like sugarcane, mango. They would bring pistache, which is peanuts, peppers for cooking. They would bring back peanut butter because Haitian peanut butter is spicy. Anyway, they'd bring back so many different things, and those are the flavors from home packed in a suitcase as like a gift. And so what I wanted to do is really kind of hone in on that package from home kind of feel, and then kind of place it on t-shirts. And so that's what I did. You can find them on my website. It's byantilia.com. And I hope that you feel moved to grab yourself one. If you're watching this video, you're lucky because you'll get 10% off using the code WelcomeHome10. Yeah. What else have I done? Oh, a lot. Overall, I'm just working on like building content on the back end, hence the reason why you've seen a lot less of me here. Just trying to like cue things up and really work towards being ready so that I don't get anxious about it in the way that like I get anxious about this and I just kind of freeze up and stop working. So we're working on that. Okay. Oh, I have been working on a passion project also related to the brand. I've had this idea for a handbag design. It's been on my mind for months. And finally, I was like, it has to come to life. I'm working on being obedient to God. So I had to bring it to life. So I did a tech pack for it. I did all my technical drawings, did all the measurements and everything. I took it to a manufacturer. You can applaud. Yes, I did. And so that will probably be ready in like 2 months. I, yeah, they said about 2 months. But on the bright side, I just really had to express to the factory like what it is that I want. I did have to create my own mock-ups and things like that. You'll see in the content to come if you're following my page on TikTok, which is Vanessa X Asenav, and my Instagram, Vanessa X Asenav. You will see. You will see, and you'll be the first to know when that bag is finished. And depending on if I like it or not, or if y'all like it or not, it may or may not be available for purchase. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. Last but not least, I have finally developed my first product. Not really my first product, because obviously I have the t-shirts and then I'm working on the handbag. My first product that is being manufactured overseas. So I'm not going to say too much about it, but it is obviously something that's wearable on the body. I designed it myself. I'll say it's denim. And the reason why I chose to start with denim is because I have this idea for kind of revolutionizing denim in a way that hasn't really been done before. I want to bring comfort at the forefront of dressing and maintain the style. And hence the reason why I kind of tie this brand into like Afro-coastal living and Caribbean vibes or vacation vibes, because that is when people feel the most relaxed and comfortable, is either if they're on vacation, if they're home, wherever home is, whether it's home in New York or home back home, wherever you're from, or if it's just a regular day, if you're not working, you're at rest and at leisure, that comfort and ease of being at leisure and at rest, trying to translate that into clothing that we touch and we see and we revere every day in our lives. So I'm working on a pair of denim. It will be out soon. I know that you guys will love it, and I want you guys to be the first to tell me about it. Okay? Okay. Anyway, let's move on to the good stuff. Okay, so Devil Wears Prada is already out. Devil Wears Prada 2 is already out. And if I'm being honest, I'm not at all a Devil Wears Prada fan. I know I work in fashion. I know. I remember the first time someone told me about this movie, I was in 7th grade. And my teacher was like, "Oh my God, you've never seen Devil Wears Prada? You should watch it immediately." I never watched it. The first time I watched it was actually last month. And that's the first time I ever seen that movie. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep. Yeah, it's not really that stimulating for me, because I feel like it definitely reinforces some of these stereotypes about fashion and fashion culture and like the work ethic surrounding fashion. While these characters that exist in the movie do exist in the industry, no doubt. Full stop. I'm not even going to like argue with you there. And we choose to love it anyway. I just personally, I don't subscribe to that. Any of the ways of working that is depicted on this film. I don't know. Like the lady that Meryl Streep plays, is that Miranda? It couldn't be me and her. I would have quit that job. You calling me anything but my name? The name my mother gave me? No. No. I don't care what it is that you do, who it is that you do. You're not going to do that to me. And I just think that it kind of perpetuates kind of this lack of self-respect for the bigger picture of a corporation kind of thing. I don't know. I don't do it. I don't like it. So it's not a thing for me. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna go see Devil Wears Prada 2, but I'm definitely going to wait until it's on streaming. I'm definitely not contributing my dollars to the opening box office week or whatever. Like, I'm good off that. So, yeah. That's my 2 cents on Devil Wears Prada. Like, it's not really my tea. It's not really been my cup of tea. I know people will feel differently, but like, I don't like none of the characters on that, like at all, at all. The girl that Anne Hathaway plays, she lacks so much self respect. It's not even funny. Hopefully, she gains a backbone when she comes back 10, 20 years later or whatever. But then the girl that worked alongside her, the assistant that was before her, she this is how removed I am. I don't even know the character's name. She is just playing mean girl for what? And she just kind of offloaded all her tasks onto this girl, and then is surprised that her being new and you not showing her how to do anything, she's having trouble managing it. Yeah, because ain't nobody helping her. I don't know, y'all. I could do without it. It's not really for me. I have an opinion to share, and it concerns something Simone Biles said. I will not paraphrase what she said. You can just watch what she said here.
Okay, chat, we need to have a discussion. If you're a celebrity, an athlete, influencer, these questions are for you. If not, you can keep scrolling or you can listen. Doesn't really matter. But I just need to know if this is normal. Okay? Because I know going outside is expensive as fuck these days. But like, is it this expensive? Okay? So I just recently had a red carpet event with the stylist fee, hair and makeup team. My grand total, any guesses? I'll wait. Probably higher than what you're thinking. Keep going. Yeah, $22,000. Actually 23, but is, I just want to know, what is that? Oh, just lint. I just want to know. Is that fucking normal? But baby, if that's normal, and I get inflation, like I get prices these days have gone up. But if that's the new norm, y'all can have it. Y'all will never see me at another event. I'm gonna stay my ass right here. Where it's free. Free. Okay? So yeah, please just let me know below in the comments because I'm kind of spiraling since then. Because I see a lot of y'all at events and there's no way you guys are paying these prices each and every time because some of y'all be outside for real. But there's just no way. And if so, baby, let me go put that leotard back on because, yeah.
After watching Simone's video, I had thoughts. I had posted it to TikTok, but like I feel like it's more necessary for me to say it here. This is my platform. 23,000 for a glam team that services you from head to toe for a red carpet event. It's not just your mama's 50th birthday. A red carpet event where you will be photographed for major media publications is a reasonable price. And for someone like you, Simone Biles, and I'm going to leave that up to interpretation to y'all, but I know for her being Simone Biles, that is reasonable. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the breakdown I gave. Essentially, let's say that the stylist she contracted contracts another independent designer to create some kind of wow factor dress for her that's custom made. Okay, let's say that we budget that at about 3,000. That includes the materials, and that is on the cheaper end. You found someone who's really good, they have a nice design eye, whatever. That person costs about 3K, fabric, materials included. So there's that. Then the actual stylist themselves, let's rate them at about 3 to 5K. Let's just mark it up at 5K. That stylist has to run around the city or whatever state you're in with city to pull looks from their connections with different showrooms and fashion houses to collect everything that you would find okay. And don't think that you're the only one they're servicing. No, they're doing this for everybody. They may drive to get there, there's gas involved. They also have to, when you're done with the items, shuttle them all back to where they belong. But the ones that you have worn, they do have to take it to get cleaned. And then also, depending on the condition of certain items, they may or may not get money back, refunds at the stores they purchased them from, because they do sometimes have to purchase things like shoes and then tape them up at the bottom and return them. And then, depending on the luxury or the price point of certain items, they might have to leave some sort of deposit for the item in order for it to be released. Okay. 5K. Then we have makeup artists. Let's say you have a makeup artist and like she's just the bomb. Like you don't go nowhere without her. That's your girl. Wherever you go, she go. Okay. So then this makeup artist, let's budget her at about 5K as well, because she does need to travel. If she got kids, she got somewhere, she got to put her kids somewhere. Anyway, despite that, she has supplies. She needs to carry with her all the best supplies. She also, what else, gas or whatever to get around when she does get to the state or place that you are at, and whatever else that I might be missing, because I don't really work with makeup artists like that. Okay, she needs at least 5K. All right, then we have a hairstylist. Same thing, you don't go nowhere without this chick. She is the bomb.com. She needs her things, so 5K for her as well. She likely needs transportation, flight, so travel, uh, supplies. Maybe it could be added hair, braiding hair, whatever. What else? Food expenses. Running around the state to get supplies. And then lastly, we're going to add in a tailor. Now, this tailor is on standby. You may or may not need them, but typically a tailor is on standby in case anything that the stylist pulled or anything that was made custom can fit even more accurately, because the cameras pick up everything. So you can't just like, oh, I'll pin it in and we'll just be good. Like how I would probably just put a safety pin at the back of my pants and just walk out the house. It needs to be ticked and tied. And so Taylor, the clock is going to be running whether you give them work to do or not. And so they'll need time to do said work and then also be waiting for work. And then they also need travel because they're lugging their sewing machine from God knows where to your hotel. And then on top of that, they you need to pay for their supplies. Like they come with a myriad of different things, toiletries, things like that, in case there's stains, just lots of just in case things that happen. How can they be extra prepared? They have it. Okay, I would know because I've done the tailoring aspect. I've also done the independent designer aspect of things before. Let's budget this person at about $2,000. Okay, that includes all things I listed. So after this, our grand total comes up to about $20,000. $20,000. And you know what? Sprinkle the 3K on top if you are generous and you want to give everybody a tip, right? Let's also be considerate to the fact that people like the stylist, the makeup artist, and the hairstylist likely also have assistants that help them. And those people need to get broken off some money too. So when you really think about it, those people, real people, are walking away with less than what you actually gave them. Yes, for you as the person consuming all of these services, it feels like a lot because like, dang, 23K, but you cannot reduce the glam team down to just some hair, shoes, makeup, and tailoring. You cannot reduce it as if the event is not as prestige as it is, but then in the same breath also want prestige service. You cannot reduce the labor that people do, real people do, to insignificant because it fits your pockets better to discuss it as such. In reality, when you want prestige service so that you can look prestige for a prestige event. It's not fair and it's not right. But I think that people in the entertainment industry, celebrities and otherwise, are very, very, very entitled to the service of us civilians, for lack of a better term, and believe that we are in servitude to them because we don't get paid or we're not as visible as they are. And that is kind of where I draw the line, and I push back because you just a person just like I'm a person. I think in that video she did preface by saying that she's only talking to celebrities, but A, why did you get on the internet where mostly, like, majority of the United States and the most majority of the internet is not celebrities? So why did you get on the internet with your large platform who has more than just celebrities following her to now discuss this celebrity only matter? Could you not have put this in the WhatsApp chat, in the Hollywood WhatsApp chat? Could you not have put this in your close friends with all your celebrity friends? Could you have left us out of it? I think yes, but you didn't. But you wanted us to spectate this conversation as you spoke over us about the labor that we do. Do you see you get what I'm getting at? How is it that you want us, the civilians, to spectate a conversation of you complaining about your wealthy people matters to people you believe are over us, and the people you are talking about who are asking you for that 23K are the people you want to spectate the conversation and have no input? It's not right. It's out of touch. It's insensitive, and it is entitled. But I don't welcome Simone Biles slander here. At the end of the day, she should be paying 23K or more because, I mean, you can't be out here looking crazy. Don't your husband throw a ball for a living? Like, you cannot be looking crazy next to him. So you make sure you're looking good. Simone Biles with Simone Biles' husband. Y'all got to look good together. Neither here nor there. I will share my experience with red carpet, specifically Met Gala. Since the Met Gala is coming up, I might as well share. So I was able to create a look for the Met Gala last year. I won't share much information about the who, the where I was when I did it, the designer I worked for. I'm not sharing any of that, but you will do your findings, should you please. I did this work, and I remember when I went to go drop off the garment, and there's this hotel that all of the celebrities stay at. It's super ritzy. It's in like Midtown, kind of close to the Met. And last year's Met Gala, it was super rainy, I remember. And you had to, in order to even get on the block where that hotel is, somebody who was already at the hotel with a pass had to come retrieve you to get in. Okay. So I get in, obviously, and I go up to the hotel room. But before I get there, the guy that I was with that came to fetch me from the side, from the street, he was hella like rude and entitled to the staff there. The staff were reasonably high security in a sense that they were really on guard about people wearing the passes, right? So they were like, oh, like, please, like, wear a pass. Where's your pass? He has both the passes. He's saying, yeah, I have mine, and this other one in my hand is for her being me. And so they're like, okay, well, give her the pass so she can put it on. And he's just all like, yeah, yeah, and just walks past them, you know, and just like, come on, like, ignore them. Very rude and entitled. I think that people's proximity to celebrity allows them to behave a certain way, and it's really, really, really like not cool. Anyway, I remember seeing certain things in that time that really solidified for me that, like, servicing the wealthy is not where I will be best served. It's not in alignment with my purpose. I was leaving the hotel. Like I said, it's raining. And in front of this hotel, they have a red carpet, but it's not like some long red carpet. It's a very, not small, but like it's reasonably sized for the entryway. And it's outside and it's raining. And they've employed some people who likely work for the hotel as maintenance or whatever to constantly blow dry this carpet. And I'm like, why would you have a carpet outside in the rain that you constantly need blow dried to keep it dry? And the point of keeping it dry is so that when these celebrities walk out, they don't step in mushy carpet. But it's raining. It's little things like that. And then also, lastly, the whole city was in disarray. And the whole city is typically in disarray when it's big events like this, where many high profile people are coming to town. It's always gridlock, lots of traffic because there's shut down a lot of streets and high security. If you live on a block where it happens to be a hotel or a place where famous people are staying, you gotta like verify your identity, a whole bunch of mess. And it feels like the entire working class of New York City is succumbed to the convenience of these wealthy celebrities, in the sense that things are inconvenience for their comfort. So everything about our daily life is inconvenience for their comfort. Mind you, we keep the city running, but it's almost like we are constantly stepped on, or the carpet is rolled out for them to walk on us so that they're constantly comfortable. And you see it in the way that, like I said, the city is rearranged for their to welcome them. And it's New York City. I know that this is kind of granted with the territory, but I didn't choose to live here, but I continue to choose to live here now. But then also the little things like blow drying a carpet outside in the rain so that they are comfortable to walk. Could they not just have spare shoes to take photos, that match the garment that they're okay with getting a little bit mushy or wet so that they can move on? Like, could there just be a solution that doesn't involve people doing a job that's so silly and degrading? I don't know. I just feel like I think everybody, no matter what you get paid, no matter what you look like, is above doing that job. Absolutely 100%. I think everybody that I saw, even the people doing said job, I think they're above that job. And it just put into perspective for me. I'm like, when I do work like that, I'm no longer Vanessa the designer. I am Vanessa designing for XYZ. And even if, and not even Vanessa, like I am somebody who created something for XYZ under the name of somebody else who is taking credit for it. I don't exist. I'm not a part of it really. And that is what bothers me. And that is the reason why I once thought I wanted to do costume design and like be in proximity to the wealthy and entertainers and things like that. But now I've seen very clearly, I'm like, I would have to reduce myself so much and swallow so much pride, but not only that, dim my light in order for everyone around me to be comfortable. Because truthfully, they never admit that they need you. They need me because I do have the skills to pattern make. I can sew. I did go to school for this. I am highly skilled and technical, and you aren't. All you are is a face and a brand name that you can slap in front of it, in front of my skills. And then inherently, that person who's wearing said garment can just, if it's not a big name brand, they don't even mention you. So I say all of that to say, while it was a good time and something to put on my resume, I don't even put on my resume. I don't even tell anybody about it. I've never even posted about it. But I say all that to say that kind of work feels almost thankless or rewardless, because if the gift or reward is proximity in exchange for all kinds of strange work for some change, I don't need it. Cuz even then I was not adequately paid for the labor I did, and I was not treated like a professional in my own right in the way that I was. I was made to conform to what somebody wanted me to be, even though they didn't have the skill to do what I do in the first place. And they were the designer. So I say all of so do with that what you will. Do not go trying to figure out who it is I did the work for. I feel like I would never tell. Or maybe I'll tell. No, maybe I won't. Eh, I'll see how I feel about it come Monday. And that in other news, let's see. Oh, I don't think I have anything else to say. I think that's the end of this episode. Oh, I want to talk about Christopher John Rogers, Old Navy. Okay, so as you guys know, it's likely already out of obviously Christopher John Rogers and Old Navy collab. I got me some things. I got both the scarves. I got the barrel pants, the like green ones. And then I also got me the denim top with the puff sleeve. And then I got myself the ribbed sweater with the keyhole in the back. I love CJR, but every time I go to sample sales, like I go to every sample sale, I just be like, just go, come in a look in case something is right priced and steals my heart. I will drop the dollars, but if it's not, then I won't be there. But I go to every sample sale, and typically I'm like, okay, like I could buy something here or there, but I can't splurge. But I do want some of the signature items, the signature like footprint items of CJR in my closet. Something that when you look at it, you know it's CJR without seeing the tag. And so that's why I chose the way that I chose for this Old Navy collab. Overall, I think the collab was very well marketed. Having Kimura and her daughters model everything, chef's kiss, they look so beautiful. It was very vibrant and colorful. There's something there for everybody. For the girl who's like, I don't really know who CJR is, but I like some of this stuff, cool. For the girls who are like, I love CJR, but I'm not too colorful, there was something for them. Then there's the girls like me who are just like, I love CJR, but I also love to save a dollar. So yes, I got everything that I felt like was perfect, perfect, perfect for my wardrobe. So yeah, I think some of the best things. Well, this is CJR's second collab with a mass retailer. The first time I saw him collab was with Target, and this was, I don't know how many years ago that was. I didn't buy something, but I was gifted something. And when I tell you, the girls resold all that ish on Poshmark almost like shortly after that collab finished. I was almost surprised. I was like, did y'all buy it just to buy it? Did y'all not like it? Truthfully, I do think the things were the silhouettes were kind of, I'm going to say it, matronly. The silhouettes were a little matronly. The prints were big and bold, which was nice, but you know, the right girl got to do it, right? Other than that, if you wasn't the right girl, you just know it's just not gonna work. So I'm a strong believer that the right girl had to do it, but it seemed like the girls weren't doing it, and now they're getting rid of them, and I'm just like, why are y'all getting rid of it? I'm just keeping my CJR. Everything with a CJR is staying, but this is the end of me purchasing CJR. I'm done. I'm done. I have so much. Well, not that much, but at this point, I have so much. There's nothing more I need. I can move on to another designer to hyperfixate on. So, yeah, I just hope that this collection is something that people really like enough that they're not like putting it on resale immediately, and trying to like get their coin back afterward, because I think this collection is stronger and more wearable than the Target was, and it's like, dang, Target wasn't that wearable. I mean, truthfully, it wasn't. Like, it was a lot of big puff sleeves and mid-length skirts and dresses with buttons down. Like, it gave very frock but chic. And at that point, I'm just like, okay, I don't think the girls who really know how to dress, who can't really dress, are going to be able to do anything with this past the collab being hot. Because otherwise, like, being seen out with a dress like that is like, if you don't really know what to do with the attention, then you're just gonna be like, I don't like this. All the best to CJR and Gap. I know they needed that. And I hope that, he continues to have more good collaborations, or just more good collections down the line. Because, like I said, I'm a CJR fan. I love him down. I love his work. It's fantastic, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I do gotta stop buying them, so I'm not gonna keep doing that. No more, no more. What else can I say? I don't think there's anything else to say. I think this is the pod for the week. Short, sweet, and I gotta go edit. So I'll see you guys again next time. Until then, take care of yourself. Let me know what Devil Wears Prada 2 is looking like. Tell me what you think. And we'll talk again soon. Okay. Bye.